let me start with Uday Kotak, the veteran banker and the founder of Kotak Mahindra Bank. He shared his reflections on Twitter and he said, the first message is avoid bubbles. Many investors have joined post-COVID. They have only seen upside. While the situation is not comparable at present, you need to keep Japan of the 80s at the back of your mind. The Nikkei index at its peak was 1989. 34 years later, with near zero interest rates, the Nikkei is still below its 1989 peak. We must avoid bubbles through policy, regulation, education, and supply of quality paper companies. He also says that companies should raise equity at lower cost of capital for productive use. The second message that he had is avoid tax arbitrage in debt. Debt markets need to grow, otherwise it will be a one-legged race. The current gap between the highest marginal tax rate between debt and equity is 39 and 10%, and that perhaps is very wide. And finally, he also highlighted a few things that need attention. These include double taxation on dividend, low-cost leverage through derivatives, avoid retrospective tax and regulatory regime, and acquisition financing and streamlining of IBC and NCLT processes. Now moving on to the Tata Group, and Tata Group has had a phenomenal year. The market capitalization of the Tata Group companies has gone up by more than 30%, handsomely outperforming the markets. Chairman N. Chandrasekaran, in his New Year message to his employees, said that we must be prepared for more disruption and volatility in 2024. With the complex global governance will reach new heights as the world finds new rules to protect data privacy, curb inflation, reduce carbon emissions, and perceptions of AI risk. He also highlighted that 2024 is going to be a year of elections. More than 40 nations are going to be heading to the polls, so keep geopolitical risk at the back of your mind. Back to India, he says that India's future is bright. While the near-term global outlook feels shadowed with uncertainty, India's future is bright. In 2023, he said, we fared better than most of the others. The economy is thriving. The GDP is on track to double to $7 trillion over the next 5 years. And he is certain that India is poised to benefit from the shifts transforming the world. Generative AI, for example, is a potential antidote to access and the inequality problems that India faces, provided we're more careful and introduce the right rules. And finally, he's betting big on technology. He says the group's aim should not be merely to adopt or adapt to technology. He says we need to shape it and make it. He's referring to technology. And he says in this new year, he urges every company to appoint an AI champion to proactively pursue the benefits of AI economically, operationally, and socially. And finally, India's richest man, Mukesh Ambani, speaking on the 91st birth anniversary of Dhirubhai Ambani, which is celebrated as Reliance Family Day, the Reliance Group chairman said Reliance can and will grow to be among the top 10 business conglomerates of the world. The Reliance chairman urged his staff to be at the forefront of using data with AI as an enabler for achieving a quantum jump in productivity and efficiency. He added that Reliance should accelerate the efforts to become a pioneer in developing AI to address India's urgent national priorities in education, healthcare, agriculture, and employment creation. And finally, here is his advice for the younger generation. Young leaders should not waste their energy on conducting a post-mortem on past mistakes. Rather, they must learn and not repeat the same mistakes.